And in today's video, I am not here to discourage you, but then I'm going to be itemizing some reasons why you should never consider working in the hospital. Like, number one is that I know some people that cannot stay in a place alone, especially when the place is dark. They are always afraid of the dark. I don't know what that is. Kinikophobic, maybe darkophobic. So if you are that kind of person that you don't like to work in the dark, then I believe you should never consider working in the hospital. I don't mean all hospitals, but now you should never consider working in a government-owned hospital, because this is Nigeria and you can almost not do without light out. There are times that you will be on night call and there won't be lights. And God help you, you should not have solar in your pharmacy or whatever. You have to deal with it using your phone flashlight or whatever means you find out. You can, if they have generator, good for you, you can use your personal money to fuel the generator. You get to power the generator. So if you cannot work in the dark, you might want to reconsider your option of working in the hospital. Don't come from you. This is my personal opinion. Okay. Secondly, is that if you don't know how to relate with people, you don't know how to deal with difficult people, you see that people are difficult in the community. You say difficult patients. Some patients will come and start throwing tantrums and all that. But hey, you have not seen meme, because in the hospital you get to see meme. And unfortunately, these difficult people might not necessarily be your patients. They might just be colleagues. They might be other colleagues. They might be people from other departments. They'll just pick on you and the start will just start. You know, hospital is like a community. Everyone, one time or the other, will just have to cross paths. And at the end of the day, you find out somebody somewhere might be admiring you, the opposite gender, and is trying to make advances at you. And before you know it, you can turn down the person's offer, and then you begin to, have clashes, and the person can start spreading false rumors about you. That's the kind of, difficult people I'm talking about. If you're very committed to your duties, you're very diligent and all that, they might see you as a threat. So you really need to know how to deal with human beings for you to work in the hospital, especially if we're talking about government-owned hospitals in Nigeria. So if you think you cannot deal with difficult people, if you think you like your personal space, you like to do things your own way, you like to have things your own way, you don't like to take instructions, you don't like to follow the crowd, hey, I beg, maybe you should look for other options. Number 3 is that if you don't know how to multitask, if you don't know how to attend to 2 people at the same time, one person on that window, the other person at that dispensary, you know how to juggle the 2, workstations, you juggle the 2 posts as pharmacist on this window and pharmacist on that window. Because government-owned hospitals are short-staffed. So there might be times that you would be 2 or 3 on duty and you find out that only you are available. Like the other 2 are just absent. Maybe they've taken permission from the superiors and just found out that you're the only one on duty. And you have to juggle the 2 windows, before somebody else comes to join you. So you really need to know how to work under pressure, to know how to deal with juggling orishirishi, like one person doing 1 million jobs at the same time. That is number 3. Number 4 is that if you are always afraid of blood, if you don't like to see blood, you don't like to, not necessarily touch blood, you don't have to touch blood, of course, as a pharmacist, but if you don't like to see blood, because there are days when there will be emergencies, and of course, they cannot treat any patient without coming to the pharmacy to get things that they will use to treat them. So you get to see them come, hey, emergency, we need infusion, we need surgical blade, we need clinical, you need clinical, and you'll be running up and down to supply all these things. And in the process, just get to sight red thing. If you don't like to see it, you can pass out though. Because there are times that they will bring victims like that, and everybody's going to look. You want to go and look too. You will be tempted to go and look too, because seeing is believing. So that is it. If you are very compassionate, very empathic, very emotional, that's the word. If you're very emotional, if you don't like to see blood, you don't like to hear bad news, you get to cry over every little thing, maybe hospital practice is not for you. If you don't know how to apologize, you don't know how to own up and take responsibilities for your actions, because there is no how you won't get to step on toes. Okay, maybe because of my personal experience, it might not be the same thing everywhere, but I just think what I'm sharing is based on my experience. So if you don't know how to apologize to people when you are wrong, or even when you are not wrong, just to maintain peace, just to have your own peace, you might not want to consider a hospital practice, because in the hospital, there's no how you will do without offending one party or the other, and some points they'll come together and you will need to apologize. Even when you have not wronged anybody, your action could just wrong them. Even your inaction could be, hurting someone. Not to talk of the words of your mouth. Hey, you can just step on toes unknown to you. Like, you may not even know, but you just get to hear somewhere someday that this person said, Kini Kolangbaja said, Amedu said. So you really need to know how to say sorry, and then let's move on. So thank you guys. That's all I've got to say. If you have any other points, please feel free to include in the comment section. I hope to see you in my next video. Thank you. And if you're yet to subscribe to my channel, please do well to hit your subscribe button and turn on notifications. Bye.